Hey everyone, we're back. How are you? It's Miss Dempsey again. Here we are again. It's Friday. Looking forward to an awesome weekend. I hope everybody's doing well as usual and always. I guess the weather's supposed to be pretty good this weekend, so I hope that you can get outside and take advantage and enjoy that, right? And really maybe get some good exercise and moving around and all of that. But for now, here we are back at it. I have yet another project for you, and I'm glad that you are back joining me again. I know I've said it all a lot, but I just want you to know how much I enjoy doing this with you. So I hope that you are also enjoying this. And so with that being said, let's jump right to today's project. I'm going to show you what I did. I also wanted you to get your blank piece of paper and your pencil with your eraser ready to go. And I guess before I open to the picture, I kind of wanted to give you the idea that what I'm about to show you, or what I have for you today, if you will. Again, I've colored it a certain way, but I really want to stress that you do not have to color this. There's no, I know in the last couple of times that I've been with you, we've talked about the colors and I've done projects geared specifically around those six colors, right? The three primary, the three secondary. I've colored my project today using those six colors, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute, but that's just how I chose to color that. I used it as a review maybe for you guys. It's a continuation of color and of our line drawings and of our settings, which are, like the environment that we have. I'm going to kind of introduce maybe like a new word for you. And that word is subject matter. I don't know if that's something you had heard before. But what I mean by subject matter is basically the object or the thing that you have chosen to draw. So we have done before, right? We did the little girl in the puddle. She would be our subject matter, right? And the setting she was in was outside in the rain. Today, I have a very different kind of subject matter for you, and I will show you what I'm all talking about now. Stop talking and flip to our project. Okay? All right. So, blank piece of paper. You're going to need it in the long way, right? This way, up and down. I have my sketchbook, pencil with an eraser, and eventually, if you want, you might need the crayons or colored pencils, markers, oil pastels, whatever you would like to use, right? All about your creativity. And again, I'm doing things as far as color is concerned, just for examples, right? Just for some guidance if you want it. Okay. So let me flip there now. I will show you what I have today. Ta-da! So the new word that I introduced was subject matter. And that really is just the thing or the object that you choose to draw. Okay, the setting is where you place that subject matter, what surrounds it, where it lives, what's going on around it, surrounding it, okay? So today I thought, well, I can pick something out that I can show you how to do some lines, review our color, talk about the setting or the environment, as well as subject matter. So the subject matter is my hot air balloons, right? And where you would find the hot air balloons. They would be obviously outside on a nice, clear, sunny, warm day, right? Those are the types of things that you would probably want to put in your setting, right? Your setting is what's going on around it, like we talked about. And so here, my hot air balloon is my subject matter, and the setting is a beautiful spring or summer day. Landscape or ground, that's kind of what this is down here, and then it's obviously in the sky. Some clouds all kind of give you, kind of the feeling or the impression of just what I described, right? And you see the clouds in the sky. So really what my focus for you today is really the line drawing that we're about to do. Beyond that is really your creativity and imagination and how you want your image or your picture to look, right? I chose the hot air balloons and I arranged them on my paper also in a very specific way. Even my ground, you'll see it's kind of like in three sections. And I have 3 hot air balloons, but some of those things, like how I arrange my images, right? My subject matter, how I arrange that on my paper, those are different kind of art concepts, which we can even get into maybe another time, depending on how, many times we are together. Okay. So I chose to incorporate, some grass, right? Some hills because of the curved lines that I've used. And so again, I'm going to show you how to do that. You don't have to draw all 3 balloons. You can draw just one. You don't even have to color it. You can just kind of keep practicing it, playing around with it, seeing if you can take that shape, and you can even create something entirely different based on the lines that are inside this particular shape, right? So again, these are just kind of some of the basics, and take your imagination and run with it, okay? So just very quickly, I will mention I did choose to use the six colors that we have talked about. There's the 3 primary, I should say, and the 3 secondary. So let me just show you very, very quickly how I put them together for this particular thing, okay? So the 3 primary, right? We have red, yellow, and blue. And then the secondary, right, which you'd combine 2 primaries and you get a secondary. We've said that those are orange, green, and purple. Now, they're not specifically all next to one another like our other objects have been, right? They've been more circular in shape. This is a little bit different, but we can kind of just imagine that, as you probably have seen, hot air balloons are round, right? And maybe the red wraps around, or maybe this repeats itself on the other side so that eventually the red is next to the purple, okay? But I chose to do it this way just for something fun and a little different. So I chose the red over here, and then I skipped it, and then I did the yellow, right? And then the orange comes in the middle because those are the 2 primaries mixed together. Same here, I choose, this is the blue, so the green is here. And then over here, I imagined that the red is over here in some respects, so that when you combine the red and the blue, you get the purple color. But I just, positioned them this way for our creative purposes today. So really, I can't emphasize or stress enough, right, that I wanted to show you how to draw. But beyond that, it's really up to you, right? The color scheme, the setting it's in. Even if you chose to take some of those lines as you're drawing and you change the subject matter, that's entirely fine too, of course, right? So these are just ways that I can kind of show you how to break some things down. And then ultimately my goal is for you to just be as creative as you want to, right? And have as much fun with it as you can. There's never any pressure here with me, okay? So I'm gonna flip to that clean white piece of paper, and I am simply going to show you how to break down the line drawing portion of our project for today. So you may have noticed the shape of the clouds. I did a little bit different than I have in the past. And, in the past I've done a bunch of curved lines that kind of go together, kind of like, I did it real light. I don't know if you can see that or not. But what I did was I kind of flattened the bottom out. Let me flip back and show you. Oops, see, I do use my sketchbook all the time. I kind of made my clouds almost like flat on the bottom, okay? In a perfect world, are clouds flat on the bottom? No, they're not. They're very, puffy and bright and full of bends and curves and things. But that's how I chose to draw them today. So again, that's how I chose to draw them. You can draw them however you would like to, okay? But again, we'll show you things just to give you options, shall I say. So that said, let's draw our picture and you can have fun with it from there. All right, so I have the long way up and down like we've done before, right? My blank piece of paper. Your eraser is going to be definitely a must in this particular sketch. Now, I will say this. You might see me erasing as I go. And as I've stressed before, absolutely, right? This is not about perfection. This is not about perfection immediately. This is about trying something. If you don't like it, adjust it, erase it, go back, do it again, stop the video, pause it, go back, right? It's okay. It's really okay. So I don't want you to get, you know, confused or stressing about that. All right. So you're probably going to need your eraser on this. And as a matter of fact, I know that I probably am going to need it as I'm doing it with you. So definitely keep that handy for sure today. Okay. And then beyond that, again, whatever coloring materials you would like to use is totally okay. So I'm going to draw the first hot air balloon. And the other thing I wanted to show you or tell you was, if it's ever at all at any point more comfortable for you to turn your paper, your sketchbook, you know, anything like that, you can twist it, you can turn it. I find for me personally, I like to be able to rest my hand a lot of times when I do things, because as soon as I pick my hand up off the paper, all of a sudden I lose some of the control that I need to have to make my drawing a bit more successful. So sometimes if you think you're drawing over here and your hand might get in the way of what you're drawing, right? It happens. It totally happens. You know, you might have something where you're over here and then all of a sudden you have to kind of switch it and you do it. And I've had to lift my hand up off the paper. I don't like that. It's not comfortable for me. So rather than moving my hand every which way, sometimes it's just easier to turn your page, right? To keep turning it. To turn it many times, however comfortable you are or you need to be, right? Again, no wrong way here. So don't worry about it. If you have to turn your page, it's really okay. I probably won't right now, only because I'm holding my phone in my left hand and I'm drawing with my right. So I'm kind of even more limited for the way that I normally would draw, as well as even color sometimes, right? So get ready for my pencil and my eraser to be used quite a bit is what I'm saying. So let's get to it. And I'm going to draw one of the hot air balloons. And as soon as you have one of those drawn and you want to put more in your picture, in your composition, if you want to put more than one, that's fine. You would just adjust the size. Every same element in the first one, which is going to be the biggest one, you can then just repeat that, but maybe make it a little bit smaller. Or maybe you have two the same size that are right next to each other. Okay, so I'm probably just going to make one for now, just for time, for purposes of our time together. All right, so I may even draw like a little dot here. And you can see it's not entirely up to the top of the page, but it's also not really in the middle, right? It's probably 3/4 of the way up. I'm going to keep that pencil right there, or the tip right there. I'm going to want to draw some lines that come off this. Okay. See, I already kind of messed up. See, told you. I am going to bring my pencil over here and I'm going to come in this direction first, and then I'm going to go in this direction. Okay. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to bring my pencil. I'm going to curve it over. I'm going to start coming down, and I'm going to bring it down almost like a heart. And I mean that because here's how we draw a heart, right? And then we close it in at the bottom. To do our hot air balloons, we're kind of making that same shape. Instead of starting here and going up and over, we're just kind of closing this in. But I'm going to tell you, if it's easier for you to draw a heart, don't close the bottom off yet, meaning leave it open a little bit like that, okay? Then what you can do is you can start over here on these tips or these points here, and you can just kind of draw a curved line a little bit over like this, because this is actually the general shape that you're going to need. So forgive my kind of shakiness. You're going to need this general shape. You're going to kind of close, or not close it off, but then you're going to come down and you're going to draw a line like that. Does that make sense? So it looks a little bit like a light bulb, but it's not. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to kind of come down like this, and I'm going to leave it open. And instead of closing it at a point, I'm going to bring a straight line over like this. Okay. And boom. So I'm going to erase this right here and just kind of clean that up. Again, this shape right here, make it a little bit smaller, put it here if you want, over here in the corner. All right, bring your pencil tip down here. We're going to use these two corners. So put it here, but lift it up and then come down about here, okay? Now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make another straight line here. I'm gonna leave a little space. I'm gonna make a straight line right here. So you have it like that. Now I'm going to take my pencil, I'm going to curve a line, okay? And I'm gonna end up connecting those and getting a shape like this. And then I'm gonna bring my pencil like this, okay? See that right there? Then I'm gonna curve around, come over here, curve back up, just like that. And then I'm going to make 2 lines here and 2 lines here. So it looks like there's the hot air balloon and it's carrying the basket by those strings, okay? Again, I know it looks kind of simple and maybe it doesn't, don't worry about it. Erase, go back, change it. Create this shape a couple more times in your corners. Let's jump down quickly to the grass down below. Now I chose to do grass like this, and I colored it specifically like that, which that's just my preference. You don't have to do it. I colored this one a little bit lighter, this one just a little bit darker, and over here even darker. Kind of giving you the idea like this is maybe the one that you see first. Maybe this one's a little bit further away, so it's a little bit darker. And then this one's kind of way, way, way in the distance, and it's a little bit darker even still, okay? That's just me. You don't have to do it. But here's how you draw it. You're gonna take your pencil, you're gonna come down. Sorry that I have a little shadow on my paper. I'm gonna come up. I'm just gonna draw a little bit of a half or curved shape. I can even go off the edge of the paper. It doesn't have to be specifically. Now over here, I'm going to come over and I may just take my pencil somewhere in here and just a little bit of a curved line. Nothing's too crazy, okay? And then I might come over here and I might just kind of draw maybe another one, but this one has that kind of shape to it, okay? So before you know it, you might have something that looks like that. So you have a couple hills, right? Little hilly section of your landscape. Okay, the last thing last. Doing the clouds, again, like I said, I drew them flat, so just kind of a straight line. I did this one off the page, and then just a couple of curved lines like this, okay? And you can draw them anywhere. You can draw them up here, kind of do like a straight line up here, okay? Some curved lines. Now, if you wanted to do the color wheel, let me just show you that very quickly, and then we'll wrap this up. So I chose the color wheel concept, right, to color my hot air balloon, this one on my paper. All right, so again, I will just show you how to draw those lines. Then you can color any way you want, but you don't even have to. You can create your own design, right? That's all about your picture, your process, your creativity. If you choose to do the color wheel, you can take your pencil, you can go at the top, find your kind of like the midpoint again, draw a line straight down the middle, just like this. Now we had those 6 colors, 3 primary, 3 secondary. So you're gonna need a total of 6 spaces. So now you're going to take your pencil, put it back at the top like this, but you're gonna draw a curved line and it's gonna come around looking like this, connect at the bottom. All right, do the same on the other side, about the same distance apart, okay? Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, but now we need 2 more. So we're going to add 2 more lines and I'll show you where. So come back up to the top, another curved line here, come all the way down again. Same over here. All the way down, curve in. Didn't like how that finished, so I'm going to erase, come back, boom, done. Okay, there's our line, the bottom. And again, you're going to color, so I started with red, skipped it yellow, that would give us orange right here, okay? So that's it. That's how you do it. Being creative with your coloring is all you need to do at that point, okay? So I hope that kind of gives you a rough idea of ways in which you can choose setting, subject matter, colors, lines, all of that put together. See how much we've learned and we've grown and we've explored and we've expanded some things that we didn't maybe fully know before. Hopefully we're learning a little bit too, but also, just like I said, having fun is most important. All right, it is time for me to go and wrap it up. I will be back on Tuesday, I think it is. And in the meantime, I hope that you continue to be creative, safe, healthy, happy, making good choices. Get out, enjoy that sunshine, and have a great weekend. And I will be back again soon. Bye, guys.